Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, of course, we're going to find out what messages are for you, what guidance, what insight, and what you need clarity on. Ooh, so we have relationships on the board. Now we have many types of relationships. Romantic for some of you, platonic for others of you, both platonic and romantic for others of you. For some of you, these relationships could be with family. But no matter what's happening with these relationships, it's for you to know that whenever you need guidance, any insight, any clarity, your angels and your spirit guides are there to assist you. They're there, they're listening, and they want you to be confident and knowing that you can bring balance and harmony to your relationships. We have card number 2 here, partnerships. I'm getting, okay? And then 51 is 6, bringing that harmony and that balance, knowing that it is possible. You are capable. You are well able to seek the guidance, the clarity, the insight, the wisdom, the assistance even. If you need strategy, if you need techniques, if you need ways to have creative communication that allows you to speak with truth, communication that allows you to speak with integrity and with clarity. You have more than enough assistance, even with the grandmother crystal diva here. It's like saying that Mother Earth is even supporting you and assisting you with getting grounded and balancing out your energy by using crystals and or connecting with your angels and your spirit guides. Because as you connect, this is where card number 8, that abundance of wisdom is going to flow for you. The abundance in having these connections that are able to flow for you so that you can come out of your head. Stop playing head games with yourself. What is your speech? What are you saying when you communicate? What are you also allowing others outside of you to communicate to you? And then it's got you all up in your head. Like, oh, girl, you know everybody cheat. Men are just gonna be men. Or, yo, mama, nah, I trust them on here. Okay, I don't know where the Jamaican accent came from. I don't trust these women here. How they be saying these hoes ain't loyal. That kind of chatter. Head games, right? What is the self-talk that you're allowing in? What is the frequency and the vibration that you're allowing to play head games with you? Whether this communication, this talk, this vibration, this frequency is coming from you or those outside of you. Whatever that low vibrational conversation is, card number 36 here, baby. Look, 3 and 6 is 9. It is time to let those cycles in and focus. GPS, guide yourself, guide your communication. And if you don't know how, then seek the wisdom. You have angels and spirit guides. You have the grandmother crystal diva, which is like that Mother Earth energy, because you know the crystals come from the earth, and they're all giving you that wisdom and that support so that you can have healthier conversations when it comes to your relationships. So you can be like, kiss me, baby. Mwah. See that? And those are trees. So even Mother Nature is saying they're kissing you with beautiful energy that they want you to allow to ripple through you so that it can flow out of you into your relationships. For many of you, I am getting this is about romantic relationships, but Take it as it resonates, because there's a multitude of you. So this could also be platonic. There is still a way that you want to communicate, even with your friends, even with those you're having in business. If you're constantly saying, this business partner did this to me, so you're now putting that out, that frequency, that vibration into the atmosphere, then you're going to continue to play those head games and locate that same kind of energy, GPS. But your angels, your spirit guides, the grandmother crystal diva, Mother Earth herself is hearing those frequencies and wanting you to ground that. Wanting you to find a better direction. Card number 15, a direction that leads you to balance, to harmony, to communication that is uplifting and elevating, to communication that draws you nearer to others. But it starts with checking your self-talk. It starts with checking the communications that you're allowing in. And don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted that music doesn't play a big part in it. Because if you're constantly listening to music that's like, these hoes ain't loyal, or what's one they have for men? I don't know. You know how they say men are men, or men gonna be men. Whatever it is, sweetie. Those are vibrations. Those are frequencies. Those are thoughts. Those are things that you're having this story, and you're repeating this story, and then all your cells are listening, and even your subconscious mind. Because when we listen to certain music, remember, music has this strength to seep right in, confirmation, to seep right in your frontal lobe, your I want to say cortex, but I know that's not the word. I'm hearing cortex, but that's not the word. It seeps in either way into your subconscious. You ever wondered why? Think about this, like for commercials and stuff. You've heard a commercial on a TV or something, and then all of a sudden you sing in that commercial and it was just playing in the background. Or you driving to work in the morning or the afternoon, and then you don't necessarily listen to the song, but all of a sudden, because the beat was catchy, you know the words to the song. And even if you don't recognize that you know the words, or you don't know all the words, your subconscious mind is listening. The cells in your body is listening. So that's what your cells, GPS, is going to locate. The things you listen to are the things that will abundantly come out of your mouth. And are those things creating more balance and more harmony in your life? This is where the head games come from, because you have to recognize how the whispers of the wind, the frequencies that you're allowing in and not even paying attention, the frequencies that talk about how men are gonna hurt you, they always doing this, how women are just hoes, and and the man they must link the cock. Yes, all of them things, all of those things. Pay attention to that self-talk, because this is where those head games come, and it is time to become more consciously aware of these cycles so that you can end them, because sometimes we don't realize what our self-talk and how it's playing head games with us. Sometimes it's that you grew up in a household, right? Because I just saw this image. Wow. I just saw this image of like children in a household. The mom and the dad is there, but their communication isn't healthy. They curse each other, they argue all the time. And so some of you, this plays head games with you from things you've experienced as a child that you don't even know has taken root within you. And so you don't have the healthiest of communication with your partner because of the examples that you've grown up with. Now, people will say, oh, you're an adult, you should know better. But sometimes you don't even realize that it's necessary to track down those fears that have been embedded within you. because you didn't realize that these things were seeping into your subconscious mind, that these things were becoming a part of your nature naturally, because your cells are hearing this chaos and arguing and confusion around you constantly. And this plays head games with you, because your subconscious mind runs on autopilot. So once something is programmed in there, you have to consciously make the effort to go back in and track down those fears so that you can reprogram it into something that becomes a desire, a more desired outlook for you, where you're able to bask in the joy and the light of having positive relationships that feel like they're uplifting you. Now, this may not be the easiest of things, but like this honeybee here, when you put in the work towards tracking down these fears and locating them, GPS, locating them so you can reprogram it so that it becomes joy, so that it's lighter on your spirit and not weighing you down emotionally. We are coming into the summer months, so for some of you who've been doing this work, this is where this cycle is ending for many of you. And if you feel like you're alone when you're seeking this knowledge, know that you can connect with your guardian angels, your spirit team. You can get grounded. There is wisdom that can be imparted to you when you're seeking it, when you're tracking down these fears. But first, it takes becoming consciously aware of this self-talk or this program that's on repeat in your mind. This program that has this negative self-talk is what I'm getting here. You got to track it down, and well, there's so many. The angels and ancestors have so many messages for you guys today. Let's find out. Whoa, all of these fell out of there. I never realized that. Okay, look, I'm gonna pull them out. Cause as you're tracking down these fears, you know, when you're feeling this, excuse me, my nose. When you're tracking down these fears, it's not always easy to recognize that something is actually playing such a big role in your life, right? So it's going to take you being that warrior, that spiritual warrior that knows how. And no, I just heard, and even if you don't know how to track them down, seek the guidance. You're not alone. You'll be guided, GPS, as to what steps to take to track down, so that you're able to stand strong and tap into the dreams that you have about positive relationships. It is going to be a journey, because just like anything, even though you've planted the seeds towards healing, you planted the seeds to see this, to pay attention to the messages that are coming forward. Some of you are going to feel like you're in this waiting phase. And that's fine, because as you plant seeds, you don't reap the fruit the very next day. So that's why it feels like this journey, right? But as you're on this journey, continue to stand fearless and strong. Because as you're standing fearless and strong and allowing the process, that's what this seeing your seeds is all about. So we're in the spring now. Many of you will be seeing the effects of the work you've been doing and putting in. You'll start to see the transformation and the change happening. For those of you who are just starting out on this, pay attention to the intuitive messages that are coming forward. Because there is messages. See, you're not alone. You're going to be directed. Angels, spirit guides, Mother Earth herself is guiding you to how to let go of the need to be right, and how to follow the voice of your inner soul. How to set your sights higher for some of you, so that you can move into a new direction, a direction where you're not in fear of relationships, not in fear of communication, not in fear of going within and tracking down those things that are producing this negative self-talk about relationships and even about yourself. Like, you've never had a successful relationship. What makes you think you can do it now? What's the longest relationship you ever had, and did they all end? And look how they all ended. Did any of them end well? Because that's the thing as well. You know, relationships, unfortunately, we think when something ends, it has to be all tumultuous. Oh, I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand that. Nah, it doesn't. It really doesn't. What I'm getting right now is that some of you, even if you're ending relationships, you're finding a way to do it healthily. And what are you talking about, Tonae? Ending a relationship healthily? Yeah, it's possible. Is it always easy? Could be. If you sought the guidance and waited for the information that is coming forth for you. Now, some of you, this moving in a new direction, this is about you being in an argument. It's not moving away from your partner. Now, some of you, it is. Take it as it resonates, right? Some of you, you're moving in a new direction because certain cycles are just over. It is what it is. It's over. But for many of you that's for, and it's over, you've gained some wisdom, you've gained some knowledge, you're setting your sights higher, and you're following the voice of your soul. Now, others of you, this is you moving in a new direction towards not feeling like, oh, they were wrong and I'm not apologizing, or they were wrong and they better apologize. Like, this is about not necessarily having to feel the need to be right. Oh, I know I ain't do nothing, so I'm not. And that's cool, because sometimes that does happen. But what I'm getting right now is just like, you're moving in a new direction from that and finding a way to have peaceful conflict resolution. And that's one of the key phrases for 2024, because no matter who you are, conflict is going to arise. It doesn't matter whether this is in your family, because it could be in family. It could be in your business with the business partners or employees, or even in relationships romantically. We all have conflict. It arises. We would love it to be all rainbow, sunshine, but then the scale wouldn't be balanced, right? So, into every life, some rain must fall. Now, when this rain falls, when the conflict arises, how do we move in a direction where there is peaceful? You heard that key word there? Peaceful conflict resolution. It ain't always got to be fireworks and cussing somebody out and I'm going to give you the business. Because we do stand on business over here. Yes, we do. But we don't want to have to give you the business. And if we're giving it to you, we still want to do it in a peaceful way. All right? Like, you can let a person know and stand firm on your boundaries and what you expect and how things should go. Let me change that. Not with the expect. Finding a way where all parties involved feel elevated. Meaning, we can agree to disagree. I'm not going to try to force you to coming into my awareness of things. In any circumstance, how is it done peacefully? That's the new thing for 2024. Peaceful conflict resolution. How do we promote that? How do we grow that? How do we elevate into that? This is where the guidance from the angels and the spirit guides, Mother Earth herself, Gaia, and the grandmother Crystal Diva, the Most High himself, even your ancestors are saying, look, in the past, sometimes we didn't have the best conflict resolution, right? A lot of people, when they get angry, They want to go throwing spells. Ooh, I'm going to cast a spell. You going to get my money. I'm going to the Obia lady. You know, I pay me my money. Watch you and me. Sweetie, you want to run to the Obia man? The Obia woman? Every time something go wrong in your life? You want something to go your way, so you got to go cast a spell on somebody? Bruh. Sis. Time to do better. When you know better, you do better. Okay, so how do we find peaceful conflict resolution? Because there is another way to move in a direction. You may have had one trajectory, one solution, one way you deal with things, but how do you grow and evolve that now? Again, when we know better, we do better. 2024. Peaceful conflict resolution, because that's where the abundance lies within us as a collective. This is the year of 8, right? So how do we have more abundant relationships? The first card that came out. How do we use our sacral energy? Because this is the sacral chakra card, and the sacral chakra is all about creativity. It's about how we produce things. It's about how things are birthed and come forth. So how are we birthing, bringing forth more peaceful conflict resolution? I'm open to that wisdom. I'm open to that guidance coming forth. More insight, more clarity. So I'm trusting in my angels, spirit guides, Mother Earth, Gaia, the Most High, and my ancestors, the whole team of you. May I wait for the information? You see the oracle here? Wait for important information, because it's coming. So as this information is coming so that we can move into a new direction, do you see the red? This is going to bring that stability. Root chakra energy. Stability of self, for self-mastery. And as it brings instability of self, ooh, can you feel the ripple effect as it goes out into the collective, baby? Yes, thank you, Most High. Thank you, ancestors, for this new elevated wisdom of peaceful conflict resolution, where your heart and your mind are coherently making decisions. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it, because it's time for us to reflect on how we've been doing things. Arguments are going to happen. Conflict arises. You got to get your lick back. You still want to be on that childish thing there? You still want to be immature? Or are you ready for spiritual maturity? It's time to reflect. Look in the man in the mirror. Look at the woman in the mirror. Mike said that, didn't he? I think he did. How do we take that time to reflect and move in a new direction? There's information coming. As this information is locating you, be open to receiving it. And as we receive it, may we be open to implementing it. Okay, ooh, I gotta wrap up this. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we had to clear some space. And I feel like that's for a lot of you too. You're clearing space so that you can receive this wisdom that's coming forth for you. The wisdom that's going to allow us to have peaceful conflict resolution. It's coming, divine wisdom. Be open to receiving it. Willow. Yeah, so that we can create more harmony. That's what the willow speaks of. Okay. We got all of this. Let me put that over. Okay. There will be intuitive messages coming in. Oh, there's so many. Should I take all of those? All right. Yeah. Okay. Intuitive messages that are going to create movement, that are going to allow us to activate this new direction, that are activating this rebirth, activating more power. Because there is peace, there is power in being peaceful. That sounds like a contradiction, right? But it's not if you think about it. When you're able to peacefully speak, more you can get communication out. When somebody starts yelling and arguing, most people do one of two things. They either shut down and stop listening, or they get ready to retaliate. Because who the you think you talking to? Right? But when you're peaceful with your words, it doesn't mean you have to necessarily agree. It means that you're still peaceful in your energy. Purifying your energy, purifying even the conversation by removing the anger, by removing the hostility. That's real power. And that's where the activation happens, and the movement of the conflict is able to keep moving. Things stop. Once you get an angry person, once you go into rage, once you start cursing a mofo out, most people aren't listening to you. If anything, they're ready to fight. Whether that's energetically, whether that's with their mouth, because the tongue is a very powerful tool as well, or whether that's with throwing some bows. And worse come to worse, whoa, if there becomes gunplay. So how do we move into activating peaceful conflict resolution and really allowing power to flow by being able to stay peaceful in those moments when conflict arises, especially when you're in a relationship with someone? Is it an easy process? Not always. Is it doable? Definitely. Because now there is guidance and support. Like, we're not alone. You're not alone in finding the solutions to have resolution, peaceful resolution. What is the solution to resolution? I don't have that answer yet, so may I wait. I'm waiting for the important information that's coming through. Because this is something that's kind of new to me too. Finding ways to have peaceful conflict resolution, of course, I can admit that. I'm not perfect, never said I was. But I am open to learning and growing. I'm open to the information, the important information that's coming forward. And I'm definitely open to implementing it. So come through, angels, spirit guide, most high, ancestors, what they do. Come through with that important information. As a collective, can we be open to it? Too many, y'all. Too many. Jeez Louise. Okay. Let me see what's all out here. Okay. Wow. Well, they have a lot to say, the high priestesses, because as we are moving into finding peaceful conflict resolution, this takes courage. It takes courage. It's going to take courage to actually have that strength to be fierce enough to say, even to self, that I need to establish, or it would be good for me to establish better techniques to resolve conflict. For some of you, I just heard, and you feel like it's going to take a miracle. But guess what? Miracles occur. They occur through ancient wisdom. This is a part of that important information that's coming through. That ancient wisdom that's coming from angels, spirit guides, the Most High, the ancestors, ancient wisdom. To bring forth those miracles when we haven't been doing a thing, and now we're reflecting on it, so that we're able to build. It says build your world, build our world, a world where peaceful conflict resolution is actually a thing. And it's not just a thing, it's a thing that's actually implemented. Like, really? What? Where they do that at? Right here on Gaia? Right here there upon Mother Earth? Yes. We, as a collective, can build, create, expand, network together, finding ways, strategies, techniques, where we're able to teach our youth about peaceful conflict resolution. And not just the youth, the adults as well. It takes having the same vision, knowing that this purpose is possible. It may take a miracle, but it's possible to elevate, to evolve. Shamanic journey here, to go on this journey and heal conflict. Because there are many misunderstandings and many meanings that can happen. When you don't hear a person and they don't necessarily hear you, this is where the conflict arises. Duality. Well, I thought it meant this. Well, that's not really what I meant. Were you actually listening? And then, because you didn't mean it like that, but they took it like that, and then they heard it like that, and then there's no conflict resolution, and then yeah, it's going to take us going with the flow to make these adjustments. To be able to cross this threshold, yes, it doesn't mean give up your boundaries. In fact, having healthy boundaries and knowing is what allows some conflict to be resolved more easily. It allows you to be more guided and able to receive the wisdom that's coming in, also allowing you to nurture self as well as others. Divine Feminine energy here. Card number 7. It's that spirituality that we're being guided to on this illuminated path. 3:21, 7 and 3. Setting boundaries. Boundaries that honor self, but also honoring other people's boundaries. That's one step in conflict resolution. Sometimes you don't always know people's boundaries, but once you become aware of them, that's where you can move in a new direction and make the adjustments. So that you're able to let go and cleanse out, purify any conflict, anything that's creating havoc in your relationships, any misunderstandings. It takes courage to actually be able to look at a situation and say, wow, we didn't handle that in the best. Either I didn't handle that in the best, you didn't handle that in the best, or to be straight up honest with yourself and say, I don't even know how. I don't even know how. I don't know how to implement better strategies, techniques to find peace in this situation. There's nothing wrong with recognizing and having the courage to say, I need to make an adjustment within self. Because everything starts with self first. If you're not willing to reflect and look at yourself in the mirror and recognize that maybe we don't have, I'm going to speak for self right now, maybe I don't have the healthiest ways to resolve conflict. Maybe I just shut down. Or maybe I just feel like you're what's the word, like where they feel like you're attacking them even though you're just expressing your emotions. There is going to be information, important information, that's going to guide us towards attaining and attuning our frequencies and vibration towards a purpose where we're able to expand and network together to bring forth this ancient wisdom that allows for peaceful conflict resolution. And it is going to take some letting go, some cleansing, and then the ability to receive. Receive the wisdom. For some, receive apologies. And for others to then implement that harmony, knowing that it's the thing that's needed for the situation. Okay, I think I'm about to wrap this up. It takes trusting that your soul is guiding you, trusting that your angels are guiding you to set your sights higher so that you're able to follow the voice of your soul, trusting that the Most High is guiding you, directing you. It also takes being patient with yourself as you're growing and you're evolving, patient with yourself as you're coming into this awareness that maybe you don't have the best techniques when it comes to conflict resolution, or you didn't even learn any techniques when it came to solving problems, issues, conflict. But trust that there is wisdom out here that's going to guide you, that could guide you towards letting go of the need to be right, towards being patient enough to be able to let the universe, the Most High, transform your energy so that you're able to move more accordingly with a rhythm of love. That takes patience. Waiting for this important information that's coming forth. Because this is about relationships. First card out. And how we connect with others, especially when conflict arises. How can we shed a light on the way that we go about things when conflict arises? Shining the light into those dark places where usually you would sweep it under the rug, or be like, that just is what it is, that's how I do it, you shouldn't have tried me, bop bop bop. Like, it's time to shine a light on some of those things so that we don't have women going after the men. All these men always do that, and that's why I'm a single mama. These hoes like, shine a light on these things. So that we can move in a different direction. You have to recognize that there's a conflict, or that there's even an issue, first within self before you can even move towards resolving anything with anyone else. What part did you play in it as well? And sometimes maybe you didn't do a lot or anything, and sometimes you did. But being willing to look at that, to reflect upon that, That takes a very mature, evolved person. Not all of them. Okay, it's only 4. I'll take them. Because look, yeah, one fell on the floor. Hold on. Because that's where you're tapping into that love vibration. That's where you're walking into a different kind of a passage. And that's where the power lies. When you're able to be graceful enough to look within. I'm always going to start with the self. Everything starts with you. Before you go outside and pointing the finger at somebody else, you know what they say, when you pointing one finger at somebody, it's 3 pointing back at you. Unless you do it like this. No, I'm just kidding. It's still 3 pointing back at you. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying. The point is to be graceful enough with yourself. Be patient enough with yourself. But be willing also to start with self. Recognize the part you played in it. And if you really didn't even play a part in it, do you still have good tools when it comes to implementing peace into a situation? Or are you just gonna get turned? I'm turned up and I ain't having it. I ain't having it. You shouldn't even try me like that. Oh, watch me and you. I'm finna light this candle. Watch me and you. I'm finna... Yo. I just heard spiritual retribution. So you want to take matters into your own hands. But is vengeance yours? Is it really? Because maybe that situation is coming to teach you something. And if you could step back from it for a minute and see with a peaceful mindset, you may actually be able to look at it from a higher perspective and really find your power. Really see the enlightenment in it. And really use your energy in a different way. A way that actually grows you, grows the situation, moves it into love. Or you can take that energy and burn down the whole forest. You can burn down the business because you didn't learn to resolve the conflict. You can burn down the relationship. Set the trees ablaze. No more kissing. You have to check your energy. What does your energy say? What is it doing when the conflict arises? It's not easy to recognize that sometimes we do have to make changes within self. But it does allow growth. It does allow for you to tap into your energy in a whole nother way. A way that opens up different passages. For some of you, this passages, when with this peaceful conflict resolution, it's like opening up like doorways. You're passing into other realms, dimension, because you've elevated in the way that you handle your energy. You chose love over fear, because sometimes when there's conflict, it's because you fear that another person is crossing your boundaries, or you fear that they're trying you, so you're going to have to stand your ground. And there are moments, yes, let's not get it twisted. There are times where you do need to set firm boundaries, but it doesn't have to be in a very tumultuous or volatile way. You can still set healthy boundaries and still receive peaceful conflict resolution. Enlightenment. It's about the enlightenment. This enlightenment allows you to move forward into these passages. There's something about these passages I'm getting. Cosmically. Some of you, your energy What? Some of you, your energy, because you're multidimensional beings and you're like bridge builders, you and your energy and finding, creating, implementing these strategies, yo, it's like rippling out. Like, you know how I say the 5D and beyond? Baby, look at y'all with that enlightenment coming through. Your energy is opening up passages that's allowing love, like not just here on Gaia, but this is like rippling through multiple dimensions. And this is where a lot of this enlightenment is coming from, that we're waiting from this important information. So like I see light bodies being like illuminated, like love frequencies. Higher selves, I'm getting energy like higher selves are, wow, some of you are going to be going into passages. So it's like, what is this? Some of you, there are passages, like doorways that are opening up, and you're going to connect with your higher self, like a next level of enlightenment. Ooh, wee. Okay, Divine, that's what's up. There's going to be some light shed on some things for some of you. This is good. This is good. This is really good. Like the energy feels so, ooh, I don't even have a word for it. Some of you aren't going to even have a word for it, but you're going to know. You're just going to know. What is that? Clair cognizant? Yeah, you're just going to know. Oh, and it's going to be truth and integrity. You're going to know how to do different things that create peace, to stand in a vibration of love. You're going to know how to move the thing into a different direction, away from the conflict. Oh, this is, oh, thank you. There is something so powerful that is happening right now. I don't know, we're coming into an eclipse, right? So many of you be open to this important information. I feel like this eclipse is going to open up some very powerful passages. Some of you are going to feel this energy shift. Yeah, you're going to feel this one. And you're going to know, some of you are going to know, like not just how to move towards the conflict resolution, but you're going to know that you've been like, that you've received this information and what to do with it. You're not going to receive it and just sit on it. You're going to know. That's all I keep hearing. You're going to know. Wow. This is good. This is good. It's going to purify some things. Light bodies. Letting go of emotional things. Too many. Make it clear, please, and give me just a few. Just make it clear. Yeah, okay, let's try it again. Thank you. Aww. Yeah, because many of you are respecting yourself now. Card number 28, 2 and 8 is 10. That's 1. And that self-respect is bringing in this energy of abundance. But I'm getting this abundance is more about like some material gain, yeah, but nah, this bigger. Ooh, this is, you know how things happen in the spiritual before it actually manifests in the physical? Some of y'all are going into passages that are like passages for spiritual abundance. So it's like you're wealthy in spirit, and then you just 10x your wealth. You even wow, even the respect, your higher self, your higher self, your higher self is saying yes. You're tapping into that respect that that it's sending to you, and you're feeling the abundance that's flowing. 1 and 1, new beginnings. This is new for some of you, like you've never felt it like this before. But for some of you, it's new because you're like you're stepping into truth and integrity of yourself. Your higher self is connecting with you. And some of you, you're just respecting yourself enough to recognize that you don't have to come outside of yourself and argue or lower your frequency or your vibration with others. Like you're just not going to do it. If you want to be angry, you be angry. But until you learn to speak to me with some respect, this conversation is done. So go take away yourself now. Yeah. That's what's coming through. Do I have room for anything else? Thank you. Oh, look at that. So love. So that's that energy where I'm getting from your higher self. This is card number 33, a master number. It's like this, because you're respecting yourself in the physical, your soul is saying, thank you. You're finally feeling me, hearing me, seeing the love I've been sending you to help you elevate. To help you elevate and recognizing that you don't have to lower your frequency by arguing with someone, and that yes, peaceful conflict resolution is possible. And your soul is also saying, baby, feel love and know that you are loved. Regardless of whatever tumultuous relationships many of you may have had, love starts with self. You have to have self-love. You have to love yourself. And your soul is saying, yes, you're on the path. You're in alignment with loving yourself. I feel like the number for today is 1133. I'm going to see. I'm going to look that up in a second. Okay, do I keep going? We still got a few more, but I don't have a few more on the table. Oh, yeah. And recognize that as you're respecting yourself and this abundance is coming in for you, like others can feel your energy as well. And so many of you are inspiring others to have more respect for themselves and inspiring them to find ways to have peaceful conflict resolution as well. Because we are a collective, right? And we have relationships with others, not just with ourselves. Now, yes, you can have a relationship with yourself. Self-respect, soul love, higher self, okay? But in this physical realm, there's something about connecting with others. It's like we're made to connect with others. You're not necessarily made to be a loner. Now, you're not going to connect with everybody. It doesn't mean that you got to have a whole group of people around you. But we all have that one special person or pet or friend, or even if it's your creative projects, there's a way that you connect. As you connect, many of you are inspiring others. So don't take that lightly. Oh, we have one. Sound the fierce flute. This speaks about how We all have our own vibration and frequency, just like music. And so you can be an instrument that's played by itself, but have you ever heard a marching band together? Have you ever heard an orchestra with the strings playing and the wind instruments and then the percussion, and you put it all together and you have a beautiful symphony and opera? Or if you've ever created music and you got the sound with the drums going and then you add the violins in the back and then you throw the vocals on there, it's that collaboration energy right there. So you could be a nice little flute by yourself and play a beautiful melody. Of course, baby, you have your own unique song, your own unique style. You're divinely created. Of course, you can do that. But baby, when you put that thing together and you bring your skills and then the next person brings their skills, so now you got a flute, then you got some drums, you got a violin, a tuba, a saxophone, and you put that whole thing together and some vocals. Or if you're a rapper and you don't put that 808 beat on that thing, and then you throw some message in the music lyrics to that, where there's a message in the music. Ooh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's that collaboration. That's that cooperation. That's where we bring this whole thing together. So yeah, don't get it twisted. You could be your own instrument and you can do your thing. And that'd be all cool and dandy and all of that. For real, it will be. But don't negate that thing when you put that all together. When you bring your skills and you let another person bring their talents and then you put that all up in a mix. It's like a beautiful entree where they don't put the spices in there and mix down the, you know what I'm saying? You got the little sprinkle of the garnish at the end. Yes, it's all coming together. It's that coming together energy. This is what the sound, the fierce flute is all about, that coming together energy. Yes, you have your own unique song. Never doubt that. Honor that. Respect that. Put some respect on your own name. But don't hold the talents to yourself. Don't be afraid to share it. Don't be afraid to bring the thing together and see how it can grow by collaborating and cooperating with others to create a symphony, to put the whole track together. Ooh, too much. Why y'all giving me so many messages today? I've been trying to end this message, but we keep getting more. Because look, as you come together and you collaborate and you bring that whole thing together, bring all the pieces together, this is what's allowing that expression, your soul's expression. See, you were singing it by yourself and your soul had its own song and you were doing the thing. Yes, you were. Playing the music, writing the books, creating the lessons, trading the stocks, whatever it was, you were doing that thing. But collectively, when you allow others to collaborate and connect with you and express themselves, it amplifies the energy, just like crystals would do. Just like a crystal can amplify your energy, when you collaborate and come together to create, it helps to, one, disperse negative energy where there might have been conflict. When you allow others to express themselves in a healthy way and you're able to express yourself in a healthy way, that's where all parties can feel heard and still be at peace with whatever the resolution is. That's where the restoration can occur. That's where you're able to emerge whole and healthy, feeling complete. And this is happening in the present moment, where many of you are going to have the endurance to connect and collaborate with others, and to see through any conflict that can arise. You'll be able to use your animal instincts. Like, animals, they don't argue about like petty things. You don't see that. If anything, it's only when it comes to like survival. And so that's where I'm getting, like, most people have this fear, is because you feel like someone's threatening your survival. But it's time to trust your instincts and know that this wisdom is going to be transferred to offer, because there's important information coming through, a way to heal and allow an emerging of restoration to happen when conflict arises. A way to express yourself in a healthy way, a way to express yourself where you're able to inspire others. That's the energy that's going to be amplified. Okay, almost done. Do I go to these other decks? I don't know. I think we got a lot of messages today. Yeah, I feel like we're good on that. Let's just get some tarot and wrap it up. And some of you could benefit, especially when it comes to conflict resolution and seeking the assistance to express yourself, by using the crystals. The crystals could assist you with dispersing any negative energy or any conflict that's arising, assisting you to tap into more holistic vibrations, I'm hearing. Keeping your chakras in alignment. Let me get some crystal cards first. What's the crystals for this message? What are the crystals for this message, please? What crystals could assist us? Crystals, please. Okay, one more time. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. So when it comes to the crystals, we have the beryl crystal and the moss agate. The moss agate is one I know very well. It's about connecting to nature. So this is where Mother Gaia and the grandmother crystal diva is supporting you with this energy from the crystals for conflict resolution, for collaborating and cooperating and allowing the whole thing to unfold naturally as this important information is coming through. The moss agate is also could assist you with feeling lucky when it comes to relationships. Assist you with feeling lucky, blessed, if you want to say, when it comes to those you're collaborating and cooperating with. It's also a crystal that brings in abundance. This abundance could be in relationship. This abundance could be in wisdom and the important information that's coming for you. This abundance is also where you're able to trust your connections and have strong connections. This abundance could be in the way that you also inspire others. The abundance of truth and integrity as well. Because there's nothing like feeling abundant and being able to speak your truth, and feeling abundant and being able to receive truth, and to do that all with integrity. Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters the most. What are you doing when no one else is looking? Are you doing it because it's a show? Or are you doing it because that's truly what's in your heart? Like, that's what you stand on. That's the business you stand on, moving in truth and integrity. Moss agate is one of those crystals that could assist you with that growth in your life. It has healing properties of the earth, of the air, and the water. This is moss agate. This is what it looks like, okay? And then the beryl crystal, that's this one. It looks like this. And this one is all about spiritual advancement. Okay. Spiritual advancement, because it has the ability to filter out any distractions. So anything that feels like vanity, anything that wants to keep you from, like, so it filters out. What I'm getting with this vanity, like anything that could be a distraction from the way that you express yourself truthfully with integrity, anything that could be a distraction from your spiritual advancement, anything that's going to be a distraction from the enlightenment and the important information that's coming forth from you. Because this information is going to expand you. And many of you, when you receive this information, throat chakra energy here, you're going to be able to speak this. And as you're speaking it to others. For some, to inspire them. Not because you want to be seen by them, vanity. Not because you want to be honored by them, vanity. Not because you're even in your ego. It's not about them and what they offer you. But we do get inspiration from others, and we do offer inspiration to others through the journeys that we take. Okay? And this is what's expanding right now. As this conflict resolution energy is also expanding, as you're moving away from distractions and using the crystals, especially beryl, to filter out any distractions, it'll assist you with moving with courage. Moving with courage, being able to believe in yourself, being able to set your sights higher, being able to follow your soul's voice. It can also assist you with attracting love, relationships. Here we talked about platonic love, romantic love as well. And beryl's a crystal that can also assist you with maintaining the love, as well as opening up your mind. Opening your mind to conflict resolution peacefully, right? So that you're able to understand, understand, and overstand love, true love, intimacy, peaceful conflict resolution, trusting. Okay. All right, last little bit. Let's get some tarot, please. Any tarot to sum up this message. Summon up. All right, give me what you got. What you got? Ooh, I saw that. That was the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, anything else? Okay, that's a lot. Y'all got so talkative today. Like every deck. Whoa. So talkative. Look at all the messages. It's like half the tarot deck right here. Hold on, let me get the other one. Where'd you go, sweetie? Come back. Hold on. Okay, that wasn't that. That was this. The beauty. Seeing the beauty in the whole process. Card number 52 here. But I saw something else fly off the table. Where'd it go? Oh. Ooh. It was more than one. Well, I'm going to take these first. Now look. I don't even know how this go together. Okay, so this is that conflict, right? Devil. Toxic talk, toxic communication, toxic connections. Angry words, angry men, angry women, right? And then this is where you may not know how to implement that conflict resolution. It's not completely clear. So we're waiting for that important information that's coming coming forth. This information that's going to allow us to grow in every aspect. So this is like abundance. Abundant in the way of communication, abundant in relationships, abundant within self, able to respect self. Because when you're able to resolve conflict in a healthy way, everyone benefits. Everyone. 10 of Pentacles here. Business relationships, family relationships, romantic and platonic, family relationships. Everyone benefits. 10 of Pentacles, right? Let's see what else we got. And then we're able to make plans and move forward with truth and integrity, not being tied up, feeling bound to the arguments, to the conflict, but actually seeing how we can invest more time and energy to take healthier steps where no one has to feel heartbroken, but where we're guided in a more victorious way to materialize love and any sudden changes that are able to happen, necessary to happen, to have this overflowing essence of peaceful resolution within relationships where everybody benefits. Sometimes there's going to be hurt and conflict. Sometimes you're not going to want to deal with it. You're not going to want to deal with the conflict, take the offer, not even talk about it. Might even feel a little chained to it. Might be a little angry. Might feel like you don't even know how. But taking the time to invest, making the plans to see how everyone can benefit. This information is coming forth. Moon. All hasn't been revealed yet. We are still waiting for important information. But we are in this age of Aquarius where we are able to now choose. Key word there, choose to move into a new direction where everyone can feel celebrated. Because there's healthier ways of guidance coming forward. Whether this is in marriages, whether this is in organizations, whether this is in the spiritual enlightenment that's coming forth for you. In this material plane, abundantly, with love, where there is a balance of emotions, not just stuck on the material. Sudden changes, and sometimes it's going to feel like a tower. Moving in a new direction. Some of y'all had to jump straight out the window to find that new direction. But baby, look at the love that's overflowing. This is the peaceful conflict resolution. This is the inspiring others. This, Ace of Cups, is the new direction. This is the important information that's overflowing. Okay? So that has been today's reading. I so do want to thank you all for joining me. I appreciate all of your likes, shares, and subscribes, and anyone that you feel could receive this message to assist us all in creating, expanding, implementing peaceful techniques, strategies, ways of peaceful conflict resolution, because there's a multitude of us, and some are going to be getting important information in different ways. We'll all be receiving something, right? And then you get to share that information. Waiting for this important information, you get to share that information in order to inspire others, so that we can have that ripple effect of peaceful conflict resolution flowing in us, through us, for us, to us. Yes. Now that's what's up. So look, y'all, I want to thank you for joining me, Tonae Star, on Tonae Star Enterprises. You know we stand on business, baby. And at the Enterprise, I should have told you to buckle your seatbelt, because it has been another wonderful voyage to the 5D and beyond. Warp speed ahead. Yes, we've been there. We've done that. Set your sights higher. And you know what to do. Always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. And always let your light shine bright. Let your light shine bright. Always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. Thank you for joining me.